Hello, lovely people. Welcome back to Ewe Demystified. Today we will be looking at a number of people from Ewe who have made significant contributions to Mother Ghana. Remember this 20,000 CD note? If you're under 25, don't bother trying. The man whose image featured on a number of our notes before the redenomination is Ephraim Koku Amu. Now, who was ephraimamu? Born on July 13, 1899 in Pekia-Vetile in the Volta region of Ghana, ephraimamu was a Ghanaian composer, ethnomusicologist, and educator who championed the preservation and promotion of traditional Ghanaian music and culture. He is remembered for his efforts in blending the traditional African musical elements with Western musical techniques. Tata Ephraim, as he was affectionately called, was a great composer who also dedicated his life to teaching, composing, and strongly promoting African cultural values. He will continue to be remembered for such great compositions as Mia Denyigba Lolola, which he later translated into Twi as Yenara Assassini, Esromiele, Bonyure Kente, Mawadona Yesu, Fare Thee Well, as Semidika, and so many more. Let's move on to a very industrious personality whose legacy continues to live with us. Esther Oklu was born on April 18, 1919 in Pekijake in what is now the Volta region of Ghana. From a young age, she displayed an entrepreneurial spirit, selling her homemade marmalade and orange juice to earn money for her education. Despite facing financial challenges, she was determined to further her education. At the age of 16, Esther Oklu attended Achimota School, a prestigious school in Ghana. During her time there, she began making and selling marmalade from her aunt's kitchen. With a loan of a little over £1, she started her first business in Nkulung Industries in 1942 from her maiden name, Nkulung. The business produced and sold a variety of products including marmalade, fruit juices, and canned foods. She was a Ghanaian entrepreneur, women's rights advocate, and pioneer in the field of microfinance. She is often referred to as Auntie Oklu and is recognized for her significant contributions to empowering women and promoting economic development, particularly in Africa. Esther Oklu's life is a story or a testament of determination, resilience, and dedication to creating positive change. She serves as a role model for individuals working towards gender equality, poverty alleviation, and economic development in Africa and beyond. Yet another illustrious son of Ewe is the man to whom we owe one of the greatest symbols of our nationhood and sovereignty. Enter Dr. Philip Buah, born on January 14, 1904, in a fishing village called Vuja, a suburb of Keta. Mr. Buah was a composer, musician, and musicologist known for his significant contributions to Ghanaian music. He is best remembered for composing the music for Ghana's national anthem, God Bless Our Homeland Ghana, which was adopted when Ghana gained her independence in 1957. The anthem's lyrics were written by Michael Kwame. The anthem reflects the aspirations and pride of the Ghanaian people as they gained independence from colonial rule. Much like ephraimamu, Philip Buah was a composer and musician, ethnomusicologist, educator, and cultural icon. Dr. Michael Gbodwe, also Ewe, is a scientist, composer, poet, and linguist who is best known for writing the lyrics of Ghana's national anthem, God Bless Our Homeland Ghana. While Gbodwe may not be as widely known as some other figures, his work, which resulted in the creation of Ghana's iconic national anthem, has solidified his place in Ghana's cultural and historical narrative. And oh, might I add that Komla Dumont, who himself is a son of the soil, was the grandson of Philip Buah. Komla Afeko Dumont was a Ghanaian journalist who worked for the BBC World News and was the main presenter of its program Focus on Africa. Moving on, let's turn to the woman through whom the people of the Volta region got the name Number 9. The winner of the first Miss Ghana pageant was Monica Amigothia. She was crowned as Miss Ghana in 1957, which marked the inaugural edition of the Miss Ghana pageant. Monica Amigothia holds the distinction of being the first woman to hold the title and represent Ghana in international beauty competitions. Her victory in the first Miss Ghana pageant was a significant event in the country's history, especially considering that Ghana had gained independence from British colonial rule earlier in the same year. Enjoy this brief throwback to that trailblazing moment in history.
Her name is Monica Amigothia, which means kingmaker, a very appropriate name for a beauty queen. Her official title is Miss Ghana, and she's arriving at London Airport for a 12-day visit to Britain. And who better to show Monica the sights of London than Miss Great Britain, Iris Waller. In her own country, Miss Ghana is a seamstress, so naturally she would like to visit one of London's fashion houses. Preferably fashions which she doesn't get a chance to look at in Africa, like this 1,000-pound mink bolero shown by expert Mr. Deanfield. A little warm for the tropics, but it feels good in London. And now for a call at Asprey's, for diamonds sparkle all the world over. And when jurors display their wares so invitingly, they know what they're doing. Miss Ghana decides she likes London indoors or out, and London's glad to welcome a very charming representative of a brand new country.
That was fun. Thought I had left out the number 9 part, didn't you? Well, she was contestant number 9. Let's finally draw the curtain by turning our eyes to the towering figure of that great and charismatic statesman, Jerry John Rawlings. J.J. Rawlings, as he was popularly called, was born on June 22, 1947, and hailed from Jalukope, a town in the Volta region of Ghana. His mother was Victoria Agbotui. Rawlings served in the Ghana Armed Forces and rose to the rank of flight lieutenant. His early years in the military were marked by a growing sense of discontent with corruption, economic hardships, and political instability in the country. In 1979, Rawlings led a group of junior officers in a coup against the ruling military government. He cited corruption and mismanagement as the reasons for the coup. Rawlings briefly ruled as part of the Armed Forces Revolutionary Council, AFRC, before handing power to a civilian government. Discontent with the civilian government's perceived failures led Rawlings to stage a second coup in 1981. This time, he established the Provisional National Defense Council (PNDC), a military junta, and assumed the role of chairman. During Rawlings's PNDC rule, Ghana experienced a mixture of military governance and socialist policies. His regime implemented economic reforms and anti-corruption measures. In the early 90s, Rawlings began a process of political liberalization. He allowed for the formation of political parties and initiated a transition to multi-party democracy. Ghana held its first democratic elections in 1992, and Rawlings won the presidency. Rawlings served 2 terms as a democratically elected president of Ghana from 1993 to 2001. During this period, he continued implementing economic reforms and maintained his focus on anti-corruption efforts. Former President Jerry John Rawlings is remembered forever as a leader who played a central role in shaping the political landscape of the country, leaving a lasting impact on Ghana's modern history. I hope you've enjoyed this session as well. Continue to watch Ewe Demystified. As always, remember to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. See you in the next episode.